Welcome to Trading Psychology 2.0 by Brett Steenbarger. This book is your roadmap to turning psychology into an edge. What this book is about. Most traders focus on charts, technical indicators, and strategies. But what truly separates a struggling trader from a successful one? It's not just the tools they use, it's how they think, adapt, and refine their decision-making process. Dr. Brett Steenbarger, a veteran trading coach, goes beyond the usual trading psychology advice. Instead of just telling you to control your emotions or be disciplined, he introduces a more powerful concept: best processes. He argues that successful traders don't just follow rigid best practices. They evolve their trading by continuously adapting, leveraging strengths, and integrating creativity into their decision-making. This book is a step-by-step guide to developing a trader's mindset that thrives in uncertainty. Whether you're a beginner trying to build a solid foundation or an experienced trader looking to refine your psychological edge, Trading Psychology 2.0 will change how you approach the markets. What you'll learn in this book. This book is broken down into 4 core processes that will reshape your trading psychology. 1. Adapting to change. The markets are constantly evolving, and traders who resist change get left behind. You'll learn how to develop the mental flexibility needed to adjust and thrive. 2. Building on strengths. Every trader has unique strengths, but few know how to use them effectively. This book helps you identify and maximize what makes you a better trader. 3. Cultivating creativity. Great traders think differently. This section teaches you how to break free from rigid thinking, recognize unique opportunities, and develop innovative strategies. 4. Developing and integrating best practices. Success in trading isn't about knowing the right thing to do. It's about building habits that make the right decisions automatic. This part of the book helps you create and refine those habits. Unlike other books that offer generic trading psychology tips, Trading Psychology 2.0 is deeply practical. Steenbarger provides real-world examples, actionable strategies, and insights from top traders who have mastered their mindset. Why this book matters. If you've ever felt stuck, repeating the same mistakes, second-guessing your trades, or struggling with consistency, this book gives you the tools to break free. It's not just about staying calm or being disciplined. It's about training yourself to think, react, and adapt like a top trader. So, whether you're an intraday scalper, a swing trader, or an investor, these lessons will help you gain a psychological edge in the markets. Ready to level up your trading mindset? Stick around as we break down each chapter in detail. And hey, if you're finding value in this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with more trading insights. Let's dive into the first lesson. Chapter 1. Adapting to Change, the Secret Weapon of Successful Traders. All right, let's get real for a second. If you've been in the markets for any amount of time, you already know this. Nothing stays the same for long. One moment, a strategy is printing money, and the next, it's completely useless. That's the brutal reality of trading. And if you're not adapting, you're falling behind. That's exactly what Dr. Brett Steenbarger dives into in this chapter. Why adapting to change isn't just a nice-to-have skill. It's an absolute necessity if you want to survive and thrive in the markets. The biggest mistake traders make. Most traders make a critical mistake. They stick to a strategy even when the market conditions have changed. Why? Because it worked before. But here's the harsh truth. Markets evolve. They're influenced by new technology, different traders, changing economic conditions. Nothing stays static. Steenbarger breaks it down like this. The best traders aren't the ones with the perfect strategy. They're the ones who can quickly recognize change and adapt. So, how do you adapt? Steenbarger introduces a process to help traders stay ahead of market shifts. Let's go through it step by step. 1. Develop market awareness. See the change before it kills your profits. First, you need to train your brain to spot when the market is shifting. Many traders lose money simply because they don't recognize when conditions have changed. Is your usual setup failing more often than usual? Are your stop losses getting hit faster than before? Is volatility picking up or slowing down? These are all warning signs that the game is changing. Instead of ignoring them, a great trader sees them as signals to adapt. 2. Drop the ego. The market doesn't care about your opinions. Here's where most traders fail. They get emotionally attached to their strategies. They believe this setup has always worked, so I'll just wait for the market to come back. But that's just wishful thinking. Steenbarger stresses that successful traders remove their ego from the equation. Instead of trying to force their strategy onto the market, they let the market tell them what to do. In other words, become a student of the market, not a slave to your strategy. 3. Experiment with small adjustments. First, now, adapting doesn't mean throwing your entire playbook in the trash every time something changes. Steenbarger suggests making small, controlled adjustments instead. Reduce position sizes when the market starts behaving differently. Test small variations of your strategy instead of abandoning it completely. Keep a trading journal to track what's working and what's failing in real time. The idea is to test and learn in small steps rather than making emotional, drastic moves. Now to part 4. Learn from top traders. They're always evolving. One of the biggest takeaways from this chapter is that elite traders don't just stick to one rigid system. They constantly refine their approach. Think about it. Would a professional athlete train the same way for 10 years without making adjustments? Of course not. Markets evolve, and so should you. Steenbarger makes one thing clear. If you want to survive in this game, you have to embrace change. The traders who adapt are the ones who stay profitable long term. The ones who resist, they get left behind. So, here's the big question. Are you evolving with the market, or are you stubbornly holding on to old habits? Chapter 2. Building on strengths, the edge that most traders ignore. Most traders spend all their time fixing their weaknesses, trying to control emotions, cutting losses faster, avoiding bad trades. But what if the real secret to success isn't fixing weaknesses, but doubling down on your strengths? That's exactly what Dr. Brett Steenbarger dives into in this chapter. He makes a bold but powerful point. Trading success isn't about being perfect. It's about maximizing what you already do well. Why most traders struggle? Hint, they're copying others. Think about this. How many times have you followed a strategy just because some guru said it works? How often do traders force themselves to trade in a way that doesn't feel natural? That's one of the biggest mistakes in trading. Everyone has different strengths. Some traders are great at reading price action, while others excel at algorithmic strategies. Some thrive in fast-moving markets, while others are better at swing trading. But instead of identifying their strengths, most traders spend their time forcing themselves into a strategy that isn't built for them. Steenbarger makes it clear. The fastest way to improve as a trader is to figure out what you naturally do well and build on it. Step 1, identify your strengths as a trader. So, how do you figure out your strengths? Steenbarger suggests asking yourself a few key questions. What type of market conditions do I trade best in? Trending, ranging, high volatility, low volatility. Which setups feel most natural to me? Breakouts, pullbacks, momentum plays, reversals. Am I better at short-term scalping, swing trading, or long-term investing? Do I rely more on technical analysis, fundamental analysis, or a mix of both? What kind of risks am I naturally comfortable with? High risk, high reward plays, or slow, steady gains? Steenbarger emphasizes that successful traders don't just trade the markets. They trade in a way that aligns with who they are as individuals. Step 2, track your performance and find patterns. If you're not sure about your strengths, your trade history will tell you. Steenbarger suggests tracking every trade and analyzing where you perform best. Look at your last 100 trades and ask, which trades made me the most money? What setups had the highest win rate? Which trades felt the easiest and least stressful? Most traders don't do this. They keep making the same mistakes over and over. But top traders, they study their past trades like an athlete reviews game footage. Step 3, play to your strengths, not someone else's. Here's where things get interesting. Once you know your strengths, it's time to stop forcing strategies that don't fit you and start refining the ones that do. Let's say you discover that you perform best in high volatility markets. You make the most money trading breakouts. Your win rate drops when you trade counter-trend setups. What's the logical next step? Stop trading counter-trend setups and focus on breakouts in high volatility markets. Simple. Steenbarger's point is clear. The best traders don't just work harder, they work smarter. They focus on what they do best and refine it over time. Step 4. Develop a strength-based trading routine. Once you know your strengths, the final step is to build your entire trading process around them. Only trade strategies that align with your strengths. Stop chasing every new method out there. Structure your trading hours around your peak performance times. Some traders thrive in the morning session, others at the close. Avoid setups that don't match your strengths. If you suck at scalping but crush it in swing trading, why are you still scalping? The goal is to make trading feel effortless. When you align your strategy with your natural strengths, everything starts clicking into place. Steenbarger's message in this chapter is powerful. You don't have to fix all your weaknesses to be successful. You just have to leverage your strengths. If you're struggling in trading, stop trying to copy others. Look inward, find what you do best, and make that your edge. Chapter 3. Cultivating Creativity, the Secret Weapon of Elite Traders. When you hear the word trading, what comes to mind? Charts, indicators, technical analysis, right? But here's the truth. Trading is not just a numbers game. It's a game of innovation. The best traders aren't just following the same old patterns. They're constantly coming up with fresh ways to attack the markets. That's exactly what Dr. Brett Steenbarger focuses on in this chapter. He makes one thing clear. If you want to stand out in trading, you need to cultivate creativity. Why creativity is the missing piece in trading. Think about this. If trading was just about memorizing patterns, wouldn't everyone be rich? The problem is, markets evolve. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. Steenbarger points out that most traders make a huge mistake. They get stuck in rigid thinking. They trade the same way every day, using the same setups, even when the market conditions have completely changed. But the traders who thrive, they're the ones who constantly innovate. They adapt, experiment, and think outside the box. How to unlock your creative edge in trading. So, how do you actually develop creativity in trading? Steenbarger lays out a process that top traders use to break out of conventional thinking and generate new, profitable ideas. 1. Challenge your assumptions. Question everything. One of the biggest killers of creativity is assuming that what you know is always true. Steenbarger suggests taking a hard look at your beliefs about the market and questioning them. Do certain indicators really work, or have I just convinced myself they do? Is the strategy I'm using actually the best fit for my personality, or am I forcing it? What if the setups I'm ignoring are actually the ones that could make me the most money? When you start questioning everything, you open the door to new insights. 2. Experiment with different trading styles. Most traders stick to one method because it feels comfortable. But the best way to unlock creativity? Step outside your comfort zone. Steenbarger suggests trying different time frames. If you're a swing trader, try looking at intraday setups. Different indicators. What happens if you remove them all and just trade price action? Different markets. If you only trade stocks, what can Forex or futures teach you? The point isn't to change your trading style overnight. It's to explore and experiment. Creativity thrives when you expose yourself to new perspectives. 3. Keep a creative trading journal. This is where things get interesting. Steenbarger suggests keeping 2 types of trading journals. 1, your regular trade journal to track performance. 2, a creative journal where you write down new ideas, observations, and market insights. Here's the rule. Nothing is off limits. Write down everything, even the wildest trading ideas. For example, what if I only traded during power hours, first and last hour of the market? What if I stopped using stop losses and managed risk differently? What happens if I trade based purely on market structure without indicators? Most traders don't do this, but the top traders, they constantly brainstorm and refine new ideas. 4. Study other fields for inspiration. This is something 99% of traders never think about. But the best traders don't just study the markets. They study psychology, game theory, business, even art. Why? Because creativity comes from cross-pollination. Some of the best trading insights come from completely unrelated fields. Steenbarger suggests studying game theory to understand market psychology, learning poker strategy to improve risk management, reading about business cycles to anticipate macro trends. The more knowledge you absorb from different areas, the more creative and adaptable you become. 5. Surround yourself with innovative thinkers. Steenbarger makes a powerful point. Who you surround yourself with shapes your thinking. If you're only listening to traders who repeat the same strategies over and over, you'll never grow. Instead, seek out traders who think differently. Join communities where people are constantly testing new ideas. Follow traders who challenge conventional wisdom. Engage in discussions that force you to think differently. Creativity isn't just something you develop alone. It's influenced by the people around you. Chapter 4. Developing and integrating best practices, the blueprint for long-term trading success. All right, let's get real for a second. How many traders do you know who constantly jump from one strategy to another, chasing the next big thing, but never actually improve? Here's the truth. Trading success isn't about finding the perfect strategy. It's about developing the right processes. That's exactly what Dr. Brett Steenbarger breaks down in this chapter. He makes one thing crystal clear. It's not what you do once in a while that matters. It's what you do every single day. The best traders don't just rely on talent or instincts. They build a system of best practices, routines, habits, and processes that keep them sharp, consistent, and profitable. So, let's dive in. How do you develop and integrate these best practices into your trading? Step 1. Identify what works and do more of it. Most traders waste their time fixing what's broken instead of doubling down on what's already working. Steenbarger flips this mindset. Don't just focus on your mistakes, focus on your successes. What are your best trades? What setups do you consistently win with? When are you at your peak performance? Are you sharper in the morning session? Do you perform better after reviewing the market at night? What routines help you stay focused? Do you trade better when you meditate before the market opens? Once you find what's working, systematize it. Make it a daily habit. If a certain preparation routine improves your performance, turn it into a ritual. Success leaves clues. Your job is to find them and turn them into repeatable habits. Step 2. Create a structured daily trading routine. Imagine an athlete preparing for a big game. They don't just wake up and hope for the best. They have a structured routine that sets them up for success. Steenbarger says traders should be no different. Here's what a best practice trading routine looks like. 1. Pre-market preparation. Set yourself up for success. Review your previous trades. What worked? What didn't? Analyze the market conditions. What's the trend? Is there news that could impact volatility? Create a game plan. Define your setups, risk levels, and trade scenarios. Most traders skip this step. They just jump into the market blind. But the pros? They prepare like professionals. 2. Execution. Stick to your process. Follow your pre-planned entry and exit strategies. Manage risk, position sizing, stop losses, and risk-reward ratios. Stay disciplined. If the setup isn't there, don't force it. Your best practice here? Follow your plan, not your emotions. 3. Post-market review. Learn and improve. Journal your trades. What went well? What could be improved? Analyze your emotions. Did fear or greed impact your decisions? Refine your process. Adjust your strategy based on real data, not random gut feelings. Most traders lose because they don't learn from their own experiences. If you want to level up, reviewing your performance should be a non-negotiable habit. Step 3. Create a feedback loop. Continuous improvement. Think about this. Top traders don't just trade, they train. They constantly refine their process through feedback. Steenbarger suggests using a feedback loop to improve your trading over time. 1. Observe. Track your performance. What's working? What's not? 2. Adjust. Make small changes to improve your weak spots. 3. Test. Implement those changes and see if they improve results. 4. Repeat. Keep refining until your process is bulletproof. This is how elite traders evolve. They never stop tweaking and optimizing their best practices. Step 4. Make best practices automatic, the power of habits. At first, building these routines takes effort, but over time, they become second nature. Steenbarger emphasizes the power of automation, not through robots or algorithms, but through habits. If you review the market every morning, it stops feeling like work. It just becomes part of your day. If you journal every trade, you don't even think about it. It's just what you do. If you analyze your performance weekly, improvement becomes effortless. The goal is to eliminate decision fatigue. You don't have to think about whether to do these things. You just do them automatically. And that's what separates amateurs from pros. Amateurs rely on motivation, pros rely on systems. Conclusion: from best practices to best processes, the real secret to trading mastery. All right, we've covered a lot in this book: mindset, adaptability, creativity, routines, and best practices. But here's the thing: best practices alone won't make you a great trader. Sounds surprising, right? But that's exactly what Dr. Brett Steenbarger highlights in this final chapter. Trading isn't just about following a set of rules, it's about developing a process that evolves with the markets. So let's break it down one last time. Why best practices alone aren't enough. Most traders think if they just follow a checklist of good habits, wake up early, journal trades, manage risk, they'll automatically become successful. But the problem? Markets change. Strategies that work today might be obsolete tomorrow. Steenbarger makes it clear: if you rely on static best practices, you'll eventually fall behind. The best traders don't just stick to a routine and hope for the best. They build dynamic best processes, systems that continuously evolve based on feedback, learning, and market conditions. Think of it this way: a beginner trader follows a rule book. An elite trader builds a process that adapts in real time. That's the shift you need to make. The 3 pillars of a best process. So how do you move from best practices to best processes? Steenbarger lays out 3 key principles. 1. Continuous learning. Never assume you know it all. The moment you think you've mastered the markets is the moment you start losing. Top traders have one thing in common: they're obsessed with learning. They study not just their trades, but macroeconomics, behavioral psychology, and global trends. They analyze new trading strategies, even if they already have a profitable edge. They adapt. If market conditions shift, they don't fight it. They evolve. This is why trading is a never-ending journey. If you stop learning, you stop growing. Feedback-driven improvement: the power of a trading journal. Steenbarger emphasizes that feedback is everything. What's working? Double down on it. What's failing? Fix it or cut it out. What are you unsure about? Test it, tweak it, refine it. Most traders lose because they repeat the same mistakes. The best traders document, analyze, and improve. A trading journal isn't just about recording numbers. It's about spotting patterns in your own behavior and optimizing your approach. 3. Adaptability: the ultimate edge in trading. If there's one thing that separates winners from losers in the market, it's adaptability. Markets are constantly shifting. One month, breakouts work. The next, mean reversion dominates. If you're stuck on one rigid strategy, you'll get crushed. Steenbarger's advice: develop a flexible, adaptable approach. Don't just be a trend trader or a scalper. Be a market strategist. If something isn't working, analyze why, then adjust. Instead of predicting the market, react to what it's actually doing. Trading isn't about being right. It's about being profitable. The traders who make it long-term are the ones who embrace change, not resist it. And that's a wrap for today's video. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like it, share it with others, and subscribe for more amazing insights into trading and finance. Stay tuned for more, and as always, keep sharpening that trading mindset. See you in the next one.